it was Kyler Murray's show before he got there. He weighed in. He got his height at 5'10" and an eighth. He didn't participate in the on-field drills, but yet it's still been the Kyler Murray show, even though he didn't actually put on a show.
Exactly. How bizarre, right? Instead, waiting for his pro day to compete on March 13th. And this one is very odd to me. First, for the life of me, and listen, Mark Dominic, one of my SiriusXM partners, former Bucks GM, he said it was huge that officially Kyler Murray is 5'10", a shade over 5'10". So if he was 5'9" and 7/8, does he become chopped liver? 5'9", and 15/16. Suddenly, does his draft stock fall and does he become a third-round pick? I don't really get that. I do like the fact that his hand size measured over 9 inches, which is the minimum standard by most NFL teams, because quarterbacks need to be able to control the football, and the larger hand you have, the easier it is to do that. But the whole thing to me is so strange. And what's strange to me too now, it's almost like boom or bust. Like we have a couple teams that we see. Okay, look, the Arizona Cardinals, maybe they're after Kyler Murray, right? Because Josh Rosen, there wasn't a very good rookie year, and we don't know what went on behind the scenes and how if they're impressed with this young man or not. The Oakland Raiders, John Gruden on my show says he's not getting past 4. Well, does that mean that the Raiders, if he's available at 4, are taking Kyler Murray and then they'll try to trade Derek Carr? It's sort of an odd one there. But other than that, Kirk, what's weird is who's on the quarterback horizon? The New York Giants, they're not exactly chomping at the bit, it appears, for Kyler Murray. It appears they want maybe a larger-sized quarterback. Maybe they're fooling us and they're just keeping their cards close to the vest. But the Jacksonville Jaguars, they may be going the Nick Foles route by all accounts. Would they really be in the market for Kyler Murray, a quarterback with a different type skill set than what Nick Foles brings to the table? And the Miami Dolphins at 13, they need all the draft picks they can get. Would they even have to move up to get Kyler Murray? It's just a very strange thing what's happened in this draft. And I guess Kyler Murray himself is emblematic of it.
Alex, one of the questions that you can always present when you try to look at where Kyler Murray is you kind of try to compare him to last year's first round crop of quarterbacks, whether it was Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, or Lamar Jackson. If those quarterbacks were in this draft, or if Kyler Murray was available in last year's draft, where would Kyler Murray fall, in your opinion, with those quarterbacks?
Oh, it's such a tough question, and I'm not trying to dodge it, but I'll tell you why. We had no body of Kyler Murray, no body of work. I mean, the only thing we could do is compare him to the guy he replaced at Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield, right? And there was no drop-off there at OU. They got to the college championship game. The guy won the Heisman Trophy. He was absolutely brilliant. And all the talk about height, well, Baker Mayfield disproved it. He's over 6 feet tall, but Kyler Murray only had 5 passes batted down the entire season, and he threw a whole heck of a lot, including a lot of passes from the pocket. If there's any, and listen, these other guys coming in, I think the one team that may have buyer's remorse, the Arizona Cardinals. And, when you talk about coming up with a plan for your quarterback and to try to develop one, the Cardinals failed miserably. From their decision, whether it was Steve Wilkes convincing them that he could develop a quarterback and then having Mike McCoy as his offensive coordinator, then firing McCoy just a month into the season and putting in Byron Leftwich, whose offense didn't exactly bring out the best in Josh Rosen either, to failing to surround him with quality skill position people or a good offensive line. See, I don't know if Josh Rosen is any good or not, but I will tell you, out of all those other, I don't think any other team is saying, wow, we really regret drafting our quarterback from 2018, except potentially the Arizona Cardinals. But I do want to say this as well. If you're the Cardinals, why not keep the rumors out there as far as your interest in Kyler Murray? If you think you can move down from the number 1 pick, accumulate draft selections, which the Cardinals have a roster that has a lot of holes to be filled, and you feel you could still get a quality defensive lineman in a draft that's rich in them if you don't drop down too far, then I think that it makes sense to play this game out a little bit and say what you will and try to give Josh Rosen enough of a public vote of confidence moving ahead that he should feel good about himself, but still trying to stir up that talk that, wow, the Cardinals may really take this guy. If we want Kyler Murray, we better be able to give up some draft equity to go get him.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.